Thank you for having me. Tobacco Board of Zambia is a regulatory body that was established under the Act of Parliament number 10 of 2022. Our mandate is to regulate the tobacco industry, in particular to promote the production of tobacco, also regulate the processing, the sale and the trade of the tobacco, including import and export of the crop. In terms of the theme that we have, enhancing business resilience through innovation and trade, as Tobacco Board of Zambia, we understand it from the entire tobacco value chain. By that, I mean from the first stage, which is the nursery stage. In this case, we have brought in the floating trays, which is as opposed to the traditional way in which we do grow our seedlings. This is particularly important because it brings in efficiency and effectiveness in terms of our seed production. Once we grow the seeds using the float trays, we throw those away. As you may know that once we do these things, as we keep on growing our seedlings, there are certain chemicals that it comes with, and those chemicals pollute the environment. So once we bring in the floating trays, it means that we move away from polluting the environment. In terms of field management stage, what we are doing there is we are coming up with the varieties which are drought resistant. As you may know, last year we faced some disaster in a way, and that is the agriculture risk. What I'm talking about is a drought. So to mitigate those, what we are doing is we are coming up with a tobacco drought resistant varieties such as KRK 26, KRK 28. These varieties, what they do is they are resistant to drought whilst also maintaining the yield. The yield, traditionally, we have put the yield at 1,500 kgs per hectare. Now these varieties are able to produce a yield from 1,500 to up to 2,500 kgs per hectare. Not only that, but when we talk about the curing stage, what we are doing in terms of business resilience is we are looking at eco-friendly ways of curing our tobacco. You look at the bands that we are using. Now these bands we are using fuel-efficient curing bands. Instead of using more wood logs, we use less. That is one innovation that we have used that. We are also promoting and encouraging the use of air-cured varieties, as opposed to these that we use in terms of flue-cured, where we use firewood, coal, and what. Now we are also promoting air-cured, such as Belly tobacco and also Oriental. We are also encouraging the production of shisha, because shisha is a light crop and it uses less fuel. In terms of also curing, we are also exploring certain ways of curing using solar. As you know, we have energy crisis. Now, as a board, we are busy encouraging our farmers to explore methods and alternatives of curing using solar. So in terms of understanding and marrying the theme to what we do, this is how we have interpreted the theme as a board. That is in terms of business resilience through innovation and trade. And on the trade aspect, we have diversified the sales flows. By that we mean that these sales flows, tobacco sales flows, are in different parts of the country where tobacco is grown. In Eastern Province, we have sales flows. In Western Province, we have sales flows. You may wish to know that last year we had 6 sales flows. Now we have 14 sales flows. The motivation behind this is taking the sales flows closer to where the farmers are, so that number one, it eases the cost of doing business, and also we have encouraged the participation of more players in the tobacco industry. By this we mean last year we had about 7 tobacco buyers, now we have 19. So what this does is it promotes competition amongst players, and when competition comes in, you discover that the price per kg goes up. You may wish to know that when you visit our Lusaka floors, for example, the average price is around $3 per kg. This is as a result of the competition that we have brought about. So to us, this is how we interpret the theme, this year's theme, in line with what we do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are the Tobacco Board of Zambia here at the trade fair, and we are exhibiting under the theme enhancing business resilience through innovation and trade. Just speaking to some of the specifics with regard to the innovations that the industry has done so far, with regard to some of the challenges that has been faced, like the issues of weather changes or climate change. Currently, there has been a lot of research that has taken place with regard to the seed varieties that our farmers are planting. As you may be aware, you saw what happened last year. We were affected adversely with the droughts, but the tobacco itself proved that it is a crop that is drought resistant because of the seed varieties that are being used. For instance, you talk of varieties such as the T72. These are varieties that are able to withstand a long period of time without water, close to about 3 weeks or so without water. You find that the crop, after you have supplied it with water, it will still grow. And this variety is able to produce about 3,500 to 4,000 kgs per hectare. Those are some of the innovations. Apart from that, at the planting stage also, during the nursery stage, there's a lot of innovation with regards to the system of sowing the seed. We are trying to move away from the conventional seed beds to float beds, where you find that the seeds are planted or are sowed in float trays. And this is able to enhance the quality of the crop or enhance the quality of the seedling when it is transplanted. Apart from that, also there are innovations that have happened at the curing stage, where we are now using the rocket burns that have drastically reduced the amount of wood fuel that is supposed to be used for curing a hectare of tobacco. Conventional-wise, we used to use about 15 kgs of wood fuel would be used to cure a hectare of tobacco. That has been halved with these innovations. And apart from that, maybe allow me just to take you through some of these stages, some of the innovations that have currently happened in the industry and that are aligning to the interpretation of this year's theme at the Zambia International Trade Fair. Thank you.